So I have a question for you. What's reoccurring in your life over and over again? Something that you don't know much about, but it just reoccurring in your life, and it always takes you down, time and time again. When you think it's a good idea to get to know the playing ground, the name of the game, and the rules, and then also, there's so many examples to give. But if there's a specific somebody taking you down, specific knock on the door taking you down, rhetoric, somebody spewing in your direction, mentalities that you have acquired that's a stumbling block to your growth, development, and your future. And I can go on. What do you think it's a good idea to get to know the playing field, the name of the game, and the rules? When I say the rules, the rules is that as it pertains to what continues to happen over and over and over again, showing you the same results, showing you the same scenery, showing you the same person, showing you the same type of despair that you're going through on the inside. Those are the rules that I'm addressing. And I just have this question to ask you. So many people live their life blind, walking as an unbeliever. And everything, life just continues to happen to them. And they just have they acquire this victim mentality to address everything. That's like their answer. Life is always happening to me. Poor me. Boo-hoo. A stumble, another stumble. When it rains, it pours. These are the answers that they came up with to address these issues and problems. I'm into, like, say, when we seen those movies Dynamite, and they have to like pull a wire or the bomb's gonna go off. I'm into learning what the wires are about. The red, the blue, the green. Which one is the one that sets off the bomb, and which one's the one that you cut. I'm into getting to know that stuff. And what I mean by that is an analogy to getting to know how to diffuse situations and problems. What's the tick of every human being? What gets them going, and what stunts their growth? What stops them? What's this up here? What's the driving force? So many people, like, for example, successful people, they look at failure as an opportunity to grow and to address any mishaps, any gaps in their system, etc. And the vast majority of people look at failure as, I'm not good enough. So it's a shot at their self-esteem, their confidence, and their identity. And that bullet hole that they receive is a story that they tell themselves. It's self-sabotage. Now, my whole thing is that theory that I give about the TNT and how to diffuse a problem is you working out, the scenery in your life, the story you tell yourself will lead you towards paradise or lead you to a rut for the rest of your life. Some people had abominable things happen to them when they were young. The story they tell themselves could either get them to be a person that sits on a podium and telling the rest of the world, their testimony and how they overcame, and how the people that are going through that can overcome as well. The story they tell themselves in terms of how they view what happened, that's the story. And I'm here to tell you that you're telling yourself a story today about your life. And you are a concoction of a bunch of choices and decisions and emotions behind the story. The storyline will take you as far north or as far south as whatever it is, if it's positive or negative. Right? I've gone through hell myself, and I can justify myself into not being like there's atheists out there that have had bad things happen to them and now they don't believe in God as a result. Like I could have chose that story for myself, right? We tell ourselves stories all day long. We it's our perception and perspective of all things, and that will either take you towards the homeland, the promised land, or it'll take you back to Egypt, so to speak. Take this video for what it's worth. Okay, it's a wake-up call, right? God is your Savior. Jesus is your Savior. He wants to co-labor with you and cooperate with you to help you on your journey on that track, that right track, towards progress, redemption, healing, deliverance. And those things happen when you intentionally, on purpose, look at the problem and diffuse it. You cut the right wire instead of cutting the wrong wire. You diffuse the bomb. But you had to go in there, really figure things out up here and in your heart. I'm gonna end this video with this. The more simple life is for you, the easier it is to work out. The less on your plate, the better it is. What do I mean by that? The more clarity you have up here, the easier it is to work out knots in your life. But when this is filled up with garbage and nonsense of entertainment that this world offers you with no solutions, just fluff, it occupies your time. It steals your time, I would say. And what it does is that it never provides an outlet or a solution, a healing, nothing. Why? Because the person is spending their time avoiding and ignoring the elephant in the room, because they rather numb themselves with entertainment than face off with the regret, the shame, and all that, and really deal with the symptoms and the root of it all, and really get out of that ditch and that pit that they're in. And so I pose to you the question, who are you in this story? And what story are you telling yourself? It's too late. I've gone too far. It's over for me. Or that sounds good, but you don't understand me. You don't understand what I've gone through. Is that your story? Everybody tells themselves a story, and it will either lead you towards making a bed in hell, like, okay, this is where I'm at, this is as far as I can go, because of the story that they tell themselves. And there's a saying that says those that think that they can and those that think that they can't are both usually right, because whatever you tell yourself, that's as far as you're gonna go. I'm just here to encourage you to get back up, because you're worth it. Jesus is there with you, but he's not going to do it for you. You got to do the grunt work with him. So, God bless you.